world of crypto gaming is still in its infancy, and more developers are working to find new ways to utilize blockchain technology in order to enrich gameplay and create games that are, at their core, fun to play. Hero.io, that's Hero with an X, is a site that aims to create and host such games. And with me today are two of the co-founders of Hero, Rob Levy and Dan Gunsberg. Hello.
Thank you for having us.
How are you doing today?
Nice to see you. Now let's get right into it. Can you tell me a little bit about the site and where the idea for it came from?
Sure. So Hero is a peer versus peer crypto gaming platform that merges aspects of digital currency trading with skill-based social gameplay. Rob and I both have been derivative traders. I've been in the business for about 25 years now, Rob for a little less than 20. And what we did was we sought to digitize the experience that we had of being on a trading pit, being on a digital trading floor, which really had a lot of social elements to it, as well as the financial elements to it. And so we created these very easy to understand, fun to play games and overlaid them with social gaming layers.
Interesting. So talk to me a little bit more about that skill-based. You talk about social gameplay. And talk to me about what that means to you and how you captured it in your platform. Like, how do you utilize that aspect, and what is it?
Sure. Well, in the trading pit, back in the day when we were trading, you used to stand around whether it was 20 guys or 200 guys, and all day long for 8 hours from the open to the close, you'd be shoulder to shoulder with all these people and looking them in the eyes when you're actually making trades. You can see who's doing what, who's been buying, who's been selling, and when the market moves, you can see how they're affected by those positions. So what we set out to do is create a room where everyone playing the game, everyone's talking, all the nervous banter, all the excitement, they're all sending gifts, they're all putting stickers, they're all talking about what's going on in the market, and it adds this excitement to what would normally be just people trading alone in their houses or on their trading desks.
Okay, interesting. So you've taken Twitch chat and mixed it with high or lower, in a sense.
Pretty much.
Okay,
exactly.
So talk to me. Speaking about specifically the games, you've got this moon wrecked situation. Like, talk to me a little bit about the current gameplay that you guys have and that your games enable, and talk to me a little bit about what you're hoping to expand on what you have now.
Sure. So Moonwrecked is the cornerstone game of the platform. Is a 5-minute game that where players it's a peer versus peer game. So all of the entry fees are pooled, and the payout at the end of the 5-minute period is parimutuel. And it's simply saying, will the price of let's say Bitcoin in the end of the 5-minute period be higher or lower than when it started? So it seems very simple, but the beauty of it is the parimutuel nature of it creates these opportunities for kind of asymmetric payoffs where we don't use leverage or anything on the platform, but it creates the opportunity for multipliers or ratios, as we call them in the game. So right now the game is played on Bitcoin. We play it on Binance Coin, Ethereum, and Ripple. And every game that's played right now uses a platform token, the Hero token, but we are August 15th going to start the ability to play in Bitcoin.
Okay.
So that's kind of an exciting next step for us.
Okay, yeah. So talk to me a little bit more about your hopes for the future. These next steps you're talking. You've got Bitcoin being available to play with in the future. What else are you hoping to add to the site?
Sure. So we have multiple game variants that we've created. One that we're going to be launching later this year is more of a portfolio competition game. We also have games that are expounding on concepts around market volatility and also around concepts of like straight delta. So some like variations of like what people would know in crypto as like a perpetual swap.
Okay, and this is, can you give me a little bit of like a time frame, a sneak peek, if you will, on timings for future releases, or is that something that's more like ambiguous as you're working on it?
No, I mean, we have a roadmap for it. And, let me put it this way. I would say that 2 of the 3 that I mentioned will be released before the end of the year.
Okay, intriguing. So let me ask you this: in a market that's so saturated in crypto betting sites and online gambling, things like that, what gives you the edge over the competition?
Well, what we've done at Hero is we've created a completely new way to play. And that's a new way to play Bitcoin, a new way to play the markets, a new way to play the most volatile asset class that we've seen probably in our lifetime. We've brought the game clock into the mix, and we've brought this player versus player aspect, which, people aren't playing against the big funds and all what trading has become with stop loss hunting and some nefarious actors. It's player versus player, so people think they're on a more level playing field, and they kind of get to see who they're playing with, who they're playing against, and bring more of the game layers to it than just flat trading. I mean, these aren't trading competitions. These are real games that we've created.
Right, the social aspect, if you will. All right, yeah. Fascinating. So that's it sounds to me like a pretty interesting product. I look forward to following it along, as I am on the sports and trading beat here at BLOCKTV. But for now, I thank you guys so much for joining me, and I wish you the best of luck with your venture. And
thank you for having us, Joe.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
For those of you watching, I am Zach Hennessy. This is BLOCKTV, and keep it locked.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.